This is Chris Gardner of the Houston Roundball Review, speaking with Ashlee Austin, Rice student athlete. But we're going to talk about Ashlee's internship with the Houston Local Organizing Committee. And first, Ashlee, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Life is slowing down a little bit. Just finished my basketball season, and then obviously the Final Four just wrapped up. So that week was really busy for me, but now I just kind of get to reflect and relax.
How did the internship, how did that come about? How did you hear about it? Who told you about it? You see it posted? How did that work?
Yeah, so about a year ago, I was talking with my major supervisor, Tom Stallings at Rice University. He's kind of in charge of like connecting us with different jobs and outside sources in sport management in the Houston area. And he was kind of looking for an internship for me because every sport management student has to do a certain amount of hours before they can graduate. And initially, he was just kind of going to give me whatever little position in the Rice athletics. But then he kind of saw the season I was having, and he decided that that was pretty marketable. And so he decided to go talk to David Brady for me, who is a part of he was the academic liaison for the local organizing committee. So he just kind of became my supervisor. I had a meeting with him, kind of an interview, and we kind of hit it off, and it was a really good connection. And so I've been working with him since April of 2022. And we kind of have just been meeting with the local organizing committee and planning for different events of the week of the Final Four. So it's been a year-long internship, and it's been a really awesome experience.
So what did you learn? What did you do for this, I guess now 12 full months? Describe some of your duties or what you learned throughout this process.
Yeah, so it started out just kind of sitting in on meetings. I would go in once a week with the local organizing committee and kind of see where they were at in the planning process for the Final Four. And then eventually the NCAA did start visiting once a month. So I would also kind of sit in on those meetings. Every time they came is when things would become more finalized and stuff would get pushed along over the course of the year. But my main task that I was given was to do some research for one of the ancillary events for the Final Four called the Men's Final Four Talks. And it was just kind of presented to me as a TED Talk type event where it has a different theme every year, with this year's theme being health is wealth. So I was just given the task of doing different research on mental, physical, emotional, and financial health, and to kind of come back with different potential speakers and potential topic areas. And it was funny because I accidentally went the wrong direction and just focused on like student athlete, mental, physical, and financial health. And when I came back and kind of shared what I'd found, it ended up kind of steering the direction of the talks a little bit, and they ended up really liking what it was. And so David Brady, who was my supervisor, he kind of gave me the opportunity to pitch my idea for the event to the NCAA myself when they came for one of their monthly visits. And so I was able to kind of go up in front of Joanne Scott and present to her my ideas and findings for a lot of the current issues going on in college athletics, especially with NIL being more prevalent, and then also just the conversations around mental health. So she ended up really loving the idea. And since then, I think that was in about June or May of 2022 that I kind of pitched that idea. The NCAA kind of took the reins, and we ended up getting a corporate sponsor with Invesco QQQ, and it kind of had just grown into a really huge event that just happened a few weeks ago, and it was really awesome to kind of be there from the beginning and see that come to life.
So did you have to give a TED Talk for it?
No. So the day of the event, it happened on the Sunday between the semifinal game and the championship game. The day of, I was just there all day, kind of helping with setup and the run of show. We had to have kind of escorts for our speakers. We ended up getting some kind of high-level speakers. I can say it now, but Brene Brown was our keynote speaker. And I hadn't known too much about her before then, but she was a really, really big deal to get her secured in the talks. She's a New York Times bestselling author, I think like 5 times, and has like one of the world's most viewed TED Talks. So that was a really big deal. And then Invesco QQQ was also, they sent in a financial health panel with Jay Wright and Angel McCaughtry. So those were like the really big names, and it ended up being a really awesome event.
What did you learn throughout this process, throughout this internship? Were you also part of the class that's your
Yes,
student has
so
set?
I also was able to join the class, and in that, I kind of was able to get more of my just work. I don't know what to call it. Um, Somebody called it paying my dues, just kind of like the little side jobs. I think you saw me running pizzas in, and I was carrying around waters to the volunteers. So in the class, I was also given another leadership role as the volunteer orientation group leader. So with that, we kind of helped them plan the setup of volunteer orientation, and then also we designed a little like bingo list, like checkoff sheet for them to be at orientation. And then the week of the Final Four, really Monday through Thursday, I was downtown at the volunteer headquarters helping them organize uniforms and put together spreadsheets of like different shift times for every volunteer. And yeah, just kind of helping distribute uniforms and going around downtown to check on all the different areas that the volunteers were at. And then over the course of the weekend, I was at NRG Center. My supervisor for the volunteer group was Courtney Randall, and I was working with her all week, and she kind of had me really just walking around all day. So that's why I said it was kind of paying my dues. Like most of my internship, I was able to feel pretty important and like in the office and as if I was really like helping out the group. And I don't know, working with the volunteer group just kind of showed me that there are a lot of jobs that go into making sure everything runs smoothly, and it's not always going to be the most attractive one or the most fun, but I still felt important and I got a lot of steps in. So that was really good. After being retired, I still got to be kind of active. So it was a really great experience.
Did anything surprise you throughout this process?
Yeah, I would say just you can plan for something for a whole year, especially be like I was there from the beginning, but it was really interesting to see like the weekend of like a lot of things did not go the way they were supposed to. Like for example, like when I was with the volunteer groups, like most of the volunteers didn't know where any of the things were located, how to kind of navigate around the NRG complex, and that's why I became kind of an escort. And I got a lot of steps in that day because I was just showing all the volunteer groups how to get everywhere, and just a lot of them expressed like frustration with not knowing where things were, like even knowing where to check in. So it was just not knowing what's going to go wrong until it happens and then being able to adjust and react. It was really fun, it was different, but yeah, that was the only thing that kind of surprised me was things didn't run so smooth as you would have thought the day of.
Would you like to be a part of this in the future?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it'd be really cool to work with the women's Final Four, or really any city. I would just love to keep being a part of just the impact it has in a community, because it was really awesome to see all the people just out and about, being downtown all week, and then at the Energy Complex. I think it really impacted a lot of lives, and then especially with just my student athlete centered event, that also was really impactful with just like the conversations going around. Um, in college athletics today. And so it was really awesome to be able to give an opportunity for student athletes from kind of all over Texas to come together and like share experiences and learn something. So it was really awesome.
When you graduate from Rice, what do you want to do after graduation?
So yeah, I think this internship has given me a lot more direction. I've never really known what I wanted to do, and kind of was going with sport management and hoping that this internship would help me figure it out. And I think after being around the local organizing committee for the past year, I think I've really just loved being able to connect with the community. And I think for me, I ideally would want to be like a representative of some sort for an NBA team, whether that's like media relations, PR, or like community relations. And I think it's really awesome that now I have experience of planning a whole event, like from the beginning to the end, whole run of show. So I think now like event coordination and being some sort of representative for an NBA team would be like my main goal. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on now. I've made a lot of great connections over the past year with the NCAA, and they even were talking with me about coming to work with them, but I kind of see myself working for NBA or NFL and kind of staying in like different metro areas. I think it'd be fun to explore different cities. So that's kind of where I'm at. Just need to make some calls and see who can get me connected.
I gotta say it, Ashley. I noticed you did not say WNBA. You said
Mhm.
NBA. Why? Why did you say WNBA?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess for me, what I'm thinking about is I want to be comfortable. I want money, and I haven't done research, but I definitely hear the WNBA players and the conversations they're having about um, getting paid better, and I know it comes with the league like getting more attention first, so that they can get that consumer support. So I'm not completely opposed to the WNBA, but that's just one reason why it's not the first thing that comes to mind. So no offense to them.
All right. Well, we're almost done. The WNBA draft takes place tonight. Are you going to watch?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch. It's probably a surprise to you, but I don't watch much basketball. I'm the type that kind of tunes in right around championship time. So, but yeah, the drafts I do like to watch them. So I really don't even know. So who's in the draft? Who do we have?
I mean, beyond Aaliyah Boston and her teammates from South Carolina, I couldn't tell you
Yeah,
in-depth, answer of it. I know a handful of players.
there's another Angel from Ole Miss that I saw her. I'm a fan of her because she's Lex's old teammate.
Okay.
But I saw she's in the draft. But okay, cool. I'm definitely gonna tune in though. I did plan on it.
All right. Well, what else do you want to say about your internship? Would you recommend it for others to take advantage of it?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it to other people. I think that, like I said, it's really an awesome opportunity to just impact a city like this. So wherever the Final Four comes, and hopefully if it comes back to Houston again, I think it's a really great opportunity for students to gain real world experience, especially if they are looking to go into like a sports industry or sports management at all. And I think it was just a really, really great opportunity.
And when do you graduate from Rice?
May 6th, 2023, God willing.
So that's a few weeks away. How
Yep.
excited are you?
I'm really excited. It's been a really tough semester for me. I was in 19 hours, but I'm at the final stretch now, and it's looking really good. So now it's just time to kind of focus on finishing strong, hopefully getting some senior pictures in, and yeah, just enjoying my last few months here with my friends and my old teammates. So I'm really excited for that.
All right, Ashlee Austin, thank you very much for your time, and enjoy your graduation and good luck in your career pursuits. And maybe you'll start in the WNBA and then advance to the NBA. How about that?
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. You're giving me ideas here. Thank you.
No problem. All right, ma'am. Thank you very much. Take care.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.